Thankful to everyone that's with the Looks like that's going to be the bird's eye view. Give it a moment. Let everybody show up for this particular party. Yeah, it's abuse to the phone. Abnormal use. Don't be dropping your devices if you can help it. That's abnormal use. They say get an outer box or a protected device. I don't have one of those at the moment. So sometimes my devices go through abnormal use. Showing up a little bit later than normal. It's because I've been pondering. Do I need to even go live today? I was pondering for a reason. It wasn't about, do I need to spread the message? I need to be spreading the message daily. That's my number one preoccupation. So it's not about whether or not I was spreading the message today. Today was, do I have my own peace of mind? Do you know how hard it is to tell someone else that they need to have a peace of mind if you don't have a peace of mind? So today, yeah, I was thinking about the fact that I need to take out some time for my own peace of mind. And then it also occurred to me I have two special interest groups that I haven't spoken of yet because I do keep a list. Hold on. Who joined in? Shalom Akati. Yep, against my better judgment, I have decided we need to have a live today. I don't know how long I'll be on. Normally, we are on 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We talk about entrepreneurship and service in your community. Lately, we've been on an origins. Excuse me, because yeah, my my sinuses are still working with me. So recently, we've been talking about an origins series, the different special interest groups that I'm involved with. We start with Highest Heights Studio. That's my particular label, my particular company. And then there are other special interest groups that I work with. Give me just a second. I'm pulling up the screen. There's someone else who commented. Darwizzy. Is that what I see? Yeah. Darwizzy. Shalom Abarak. Peace to you. Thank you for the salute. I appreciate it. So yeah, normally we speak about entrepreneurship and service in your community. We've been going through a series of origins, the different special interest groups that I am involved with. And I was looking on the list. There's supposed to be 10 groups. Let's say somebody else. Audrey, you got jokes? I tell you what, Audrey. When was the last time you found a funny bone in your body? When was the last time that you have brought levity to the room? When was the last time you brought positivity and light to the room? You know nothing about social structure. shown it from just 3 words. Don't apologize to me. I hope you're apologizing to the whole crowd. You don't have to apologize to me. You see, I'm on a mission. Speaking of that mission, we're rocking and rolling. HZTSUUGZFZTUXI. Shalom Barak. Peace and blessings to you. Assalamu alaikum. My father's peace to you. How old am I? I'm going to give you a Confucius statement. There was darkness, there was light, and there was dirt. I'm older than dirt. I came right after light. Now, I had to go and run and play that back for myself for me to understand it. So I'm going to give you a clue to some code. You see, even before dirt, there was water. I'm trying to read what you have to say there. I'm going to give you a minute, and then I'm going to start up the other live broadcast. I'm going to entertain you. It's mean Kerala Baba Bak blah 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 blah. You ever heard of the bar people or the bar people or those who are known as barbaric because they didn't align with society and civilization. So anytime they spoke, it sounded like bar. Because even though it was eloquent what they said, nobody wanted to align with how they lived their lives. Heard of them? Some people that they say just speak bar. You know, you walked into my party. Thank you. Now, while you're hanging out and you got your seltzer water, I also got some live water from the well. If you're enjoying yourself with those pita chips and the hummus dip, I've also got some spinach dip for you too. Today I wasn't even thinking about coming on live. I was thinking about just chilling. So thank you for showing up. You are the main reason why I am here today, and I appreciate you. That means I value your presence. Why do I value what you have to say? Oh, questioner with these sideways glances. Oh, window shopper, why do I value your presence? You're the main reason why I'm here. It's not for the special interest groups that I represent. It goes beyond that. It goes to the point of showing up and being within the realm of perseverance. Not too many people know how to persevere in situations. So I'm very thankful. I'm very appreciative that you decided to show up and ask me, what do I do? I need that in my life because today, no, I was not going to show up. Give me a moment because I want to let TikTok world know what I'm doing on YouTube world, especially considering we have this honored guest who has decided to question my purpose. Oh, thank you. I love that. I love that to the deepest core of my soul. You know what? Hallmark does not have a card that I could send you that would tell you how much I'm so appreciative. As a matter of fact, I would have to fashion my own card and write it to you. Shall I look up your name again just to make sure I got the right name and the right authority behind the person who wants to send a blight or a shadow to the light that I'm showing to the people? Hmm. You have to understand something. I don't have to be on these lives in order for me to make sure that I feel like I am some person who has attained appreciation from people. No, that is not why I am here. I'm not here for popular vote. I don't care about your votes. You'll do better to keep your votes to yourself. You would do better to not have a vote at all. That was my voice stuttering that time. A vote at all. A vote at all. Today I didn't want to go live because I didn't want to actually stand up after what I had to say yesterday. It's not that I have a piece of cowardice in my system. No, that's not the reason why I didn't want to go live. I didn't want to go live because I needed to rest my own brain. There are people out here who suffer from smooth brain syndrome, and there's others who suffer from overpopulation of wrinkles in their brains. I happen to be one of those people who suffer from overpopulation of wrinkles in the brain. Now, give me a moment so that I can get TikTok raised up and live, and we'll do a short segment because no, today I don't feel like doing a whole 2 hours. I think anyone who has stepped in today, give me a moment to get everything going. I even thought about doing some music today. In order to do some music, it involves opening up a couple of other devices. There's the TV, there's the laptop. Today we're operating with Nomad Studio. What's Nomad Studio? Well, there's the tablet that I'm talking to you on, and there's this thing. I do a lot with a phone and a tablet. If you've seen the ads for joining the military, they'll tell you we do more before 6 o'clock than most people do all day. There's a reason why I never joined the military. I'm a squared away person. I don't need for the military to tell me what I need to do on a daily and hourly basis. I pretty much have a schedule that I stick to. What's all that have to do with anything? When I wake up and I open my eyes after sleep, I recite what my mission is for the day and for life. As I go about my daily duties, I work within those standards. As each goal is accomplished, I give thanks to our Creator, the one who owns everything, the Lord of all worlds and all creation. And then I affirm that the next task that I step into will be within that same name and authority. That's every day. So now the question is, what does all that have to do with entrepreneurship and servicing your community? I thank you for tuning in and paying attention for this long because I have been setting up the second channel for TikTok. Not that I'm stalling you out, I'm letting you know that everybody needs to know the same message. So just a couple more seconds. I come from Allah, I shall return to Allah. May Allah be pleased when I return. It's the first thoughts on my mind. You ever use a device and wonder if there's real people out there that are coinciding with your framework of mind? Look back. Hey, remember me, Branson's Act, from that one time. You know them fries? Remember that time we had burgers and fries? You remember that time we had spring rolls? There wasn't no burgers. You see, I'm omnivorous. There are many things that I might put on my plate for diet, and I've been around the world for a long time. So no, I don't remember that time. You'll have to refresh my memory. And like I told you, um, setting up TikTok. Saw that blotch on my screen. That's because my phone screen is scratched just as much as my tablet screen is scratched. I'm dealing with difficulties. Now, is that a reason for me to not step in and speak with everybody? No, of course not. Well, anyway, it looks like I'm live on TikTok right now. So we need to share it. And after I share it out to a few people and I can see some familiar faces, we'll get started with this message. That time with those fries, I'm still trying to figure out who you are. You said, remember me in that time. What time? What time do you remember? Hmm? I'll ride with you because you have a moment of spotlight until I actually get on with what I have to say to the people today. What's your mission? What's your purpose? Why do I ask you that? If you have a vision and a purpose, then you'll figure out your value. If you don't know the scope or the scape of any of those things, you might have some issues with the reality of life. I haven't even tested out how I'm going to make sure that my device is stable for the camera concerning TikTok. We've been broadcasting live on YouTube. How long? About 20 minutes now, a little over 22 minutes. We've been broadcasting live. The thing is, I rock and roll. I don't rely on one channel to purvey what I have to say. I'm going to send this out to 7 people on TikTok. It's up to everyone else to decide whether or not they want to send it out and share it amongst themselves. We're rocking and rolling. We've been rocking and rolling since before there was an electronic guitar. We've been rocking and rolling since before that boat that nobody wants to talk about. We've been rocking and rolling before then because we were already on boats. We were traveling, we were visiting, and we were casting nets. So we're going to keep on rocking and rolling. You can catch this live at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, all the way up to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, every day, except for Shabbat. We'll be talking about entrepreneurship and service in your community. Today, we have a special topic. The reason why it's special is because there are two special interest groups that should be in your mind. One is good food bins, and the other is stop. They're not the same. Definitely different. Definitely with two different interests in mind. However, if they work, especially interdependently, they both will grow. What is stop and what is good food bins? Excuse me. I want to know if I can pop this phone up so I don't have to hold it. The answer is yes. What is good food bins? What is stop? Are they interdependent? And what does all of that have to do with Highest Heights Studio? Make you scratch your head? Make me scratch my head. How about I have to fit 10 different special interest groups together? Over here on TikTok, they want to tell me to slide the screen and tell you about Sahaba, and a special interest group that you can join. All it takes is giving the oath. I will only serve the one who created everything, because that's also the person who owns everything. That's what Sahaba means. The promise keepers, the ones who promised to only serve our Creator. Everyone gives a prayer to Abba, our Father. You ask all the time for a lot of things. How often do you actually go and do things that would make your Father pleased? There's a phrase called Masha'Allah. That phrase means our Father is pleased with your work. How many times in your life, in your own language, have you heard someone say, our Father, our Creator, is pleased with your work? Not, you got to check on Friday. Our Father is pleased with your work. On my calendar, today is Juma. On my calendar, it might not even be Juma. On my calendar, we're supposed to reflect on some kind of holy scripture and apply it to life. On my calendar, we spend every day reflecting on some type of scripture. And we use the day in order to do worship, which is actions of appreciation. And yeah, I'm still trying to make sure that TikTok wants to act right. I've sent out a few shares. Haven't seen a lot of responses in the room yet. And we've been talking on YouTube for over 20 minutes because we're rocking and rolling. This is a test. We're on a boat. I've heard some people talking about boats lately. Yeah, we're on a boat. Matt Truck has been talking about a boat. Our Kahalet was talking about a boat when he was talking about Bar Shai. What's that? That's the name of the first scroll. You say Genesis, I tell you no, that's really Bar Shai. In beginning. Not even in the beginning. In beginning. And also Barashayat, if you break down each of the characters of that particular name of that scroll, it also tells you a story just from that name and phrase. What's that got to do with stop and good food bins? Alliteration. S.t.o.p. Sustenance, textiles, occupations, purpose. What's good food bins? You can find a lot of things in bins. If you find a tabah thing in a bin, you were looking in the right place. Bin means son of. So, tabah things from the son of. Well, now we're just looking for the tabah thing that the sun came from. My device that works with TikTok has been showing me some crazy screens. If you happen to be there, Yahava, Ahava. Yahava is what makes love something special. I could tell you I love you all day. If you don't know what love is, then that doesn't mean anything. If you go to Hallmark and you buy a card and it's describing someone's feelings, and that's what you go off of in order for you to understand love, you don't know what love means. If you expect flowers, roses, and candy, you don't know what love means because on the day that they're talking about that, that's only one day out of the year, somewhat like your birthday. Guess what? There's 364 other days out of the year. TikTok just went and did some crazy stuff on my screen, by the way. I don't know if it's still broadcasting or not. Buying a card and buying some candy and some flowers doesn't show love. It shows a representation that you were thinking about someone, and it's a prompt to go and spend your tools. You could just as easily take a piece of paper, fold it in half, write out what you feel, and then glue it to some stuff that you actually work on all the time and hand that to someone. Inside of everything that I normally do, see that? Inside of everything that I normally do, I'm thinking about you. That's the part Hallmark won't tell you. They'll sell you a card. You go buy the card, think you did something special. I spent $1.75. Really? You spent a fraction of what it costs for you to go stand around somewhere for an hour to go and buy something that still doesn't tell me how you really feel. You see, that's where my mind goes. I don't know where everybody else goes because I'm beyond the surface. You know, we are 70% water, the same way that the Earth's surface is 70% water. The whole entirety of the Earth, however, is 70% solid, 28% magma, and 2% water and air. Now, I can't compare myself to the planetary body. In ratio, I can compare myself to the planetary surface. It's a plate. Go look up Phaleg, Phaleg. Meanwhile, what's all that got to do with good food bins and stop? If you stop, look, and listen, then you will start paying attention to the fact that we need sustenance, textiles, occupations, and purpose in order for us to live a tabah life. And if you find all of those elements in tabah bins, then you've gotten somewhere. What can you find in a bin? Because there's Benjamin, Benjamin, which means son of man. And there's a story of what Benjamin will do according to law and to uphold law. As a matter of fact, Benjamin is one of the people that we have to look at for all of the standards because you can go 12, you can go 14, you can go 13. No matter how you look at it, there's 12 gates. And there are examples according to the names of certain people who were representing within the family certain traits, skills, trades, talents. Those talents are what made the infrastructure of the kingdom of shepherds. We're rocking and rolling because normally, yeah, I would have put this on TikTok and YouTube. I'm fighting with my device right now. My device doesn't want to be powered up and actually display on TikTok. So we're on YouTube. You get the focus today. The last 2 days actually went to TikTok because YouTube wasn't acting right. Either way, the message will be conveyed. Inshallah, Ya Allah, Basmallah. In the name of our Father, by the will of our Father. That's the reason why I'm in front of you. This isn't for my ego. I don't care if you hear the message. No, it's not about me. No, 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 no. Our Creator wants this message out here. I could easily sit in a cave and study and find out all the information I need to know to live on a righteous path. That's not what this is about. No. This is me letting you know what I found out. Because honestly, I would be against self and the ways of the kingdom if I didn't come in front of you and speak. So yeah, you get to see me. And no, today I did not want to be in front of the camera. Today I wanted to be in my own place of peace. From that one time. What is good food bins? I could tell you about some organic growing practices that are happening right now in about 2 rooms away from me that would medicate some people, that would set them at ease, give them an appetite at the end of the day. What is good food bins? I could tell you about how I started learning how to make instrumentals using a video game instead of using expensive musical equipment. While everybody else was playing Grand Theft Auto, I learned how to make instrumentals. I learned to make beats. And then later on, me and my friends were doing lyrics over the beats that were being made from a gaming console. What is Good Food Bins? The originator of Good Food Bins is also the same person that showed me how I could do that. And yeah, he was using different machines for making beats. I think one of them is called a DR5, and there's other instruments. What is hip hop? When you can use certain technology to make instrumentals that match up with jazzy beats that you've heard from other artists, when you can take an instrument a machine and replicate the music that you hear from Earth, Wind, and Fire. I was shown how to do that on a PlayStation back in 1999 when everybody else was just trying to figure out a cheat code to go and kill someone and then remove the warrant stars on a video game. I was learning how to make music. What is good food bins? What is stop? What is the concept of sustenance, textiles, occupations, and purpose? It's building a legacy. It's refusing to be ignorant. It's acknowledging the fact that someone died for our misgivings, for our missing the mark. It's acknowledgement for I can step forward and do better. It's acknowledgement for no, I'm not going to give lip service. I'm going to give product. Good food bins means that there is something that a person can see. Last time I checked, blessed is the one who actually has faith in the intangible, what is not seen, what cannot be felt. That's the one who will inherit the kingdom, the one who has